Warning, this is an opinion-based video. Due to opinions being such a dangerous thing on the internet, viewer discretion is advised. Before I even begin this list, I want to say that this includes Pokemon that already have a Mega Evolution, and ones that might get one in the future. I'm going to state them anyway because I think that simply slapping on the Mega Evolution doesn't do enough to compensate for their need to evolve. With that being said, let's get the only current Mega Pokemon out of the way first. Number 10. Absol. As stated before, I do not believe Absol's need for an evolution was fixed with his Mega. His design is cool and all, but in a competitive standpoint, Mega Absol just simply isn't worth busting out, since its stats still aren't that great in comparison to other Mega Pokemon, making it too risky to waste that Mega slot on it. If he had a regular evolution, his stats still probably wouldn't be outrageous, but he would probably gain more popularity since he wouldn't be taking up that Mega slot and could do really well with setting up that Swords Dance or Agility. Also, Pokemon Vega did an amazing concept design. Just look at that thing! Number 9. Girafarig. Girafarig who? Exactly. Most people I know don't even remember Girafarig when I try to bring it up in a Pokemon conversation. Not only do I think it deserves an evolution from a competitive standpoint, but it also needs one to be more memorable and known. Girafarig is just one of those Pokemon that has a funny name and no one really remembers it since it never had much importance or spotlight in both the games and the anime. Also, that typing is so unique it needs to be exploited. I mean, normal and psychic? I need to see more of that in online battles. Number 8. Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd. I completely adored this thing as a kid. But once I found out that it didn't evolve, I felt like it was a waste on my team and was just a missed opportunity. I'm not speaking solely about its stats, but its design. I thought it was too simple and just really needed something extra. And that something extra was an evolution. It has a pretty cool concept and a pretty badass attitude in the anime, but overall it just needs that evolution to really set it over the top. Number 7. Basculin. This thing is a freaking powerhouse and always gave me trouble in my copy of Black version. Okay, maybe I just suck, but I'm not lying about the powerhouse thing. It has really good attack, and although it's nothing compared to most of the other physical sweepers out there, you have to admit that it's pretty monstrous for a basic Pokemon. An evolution would not only give it that competitive boost, but it would also get people to remember this thing even more, since just like with Girafarig, most people don't remember Basculin half the time. And just look at this fan design! The evolution would be glorious! Number 6. Corsola. Holy shit, speaking of Pokemon that aren't memorable, Corsola is definitely another since I forgot this thing even existed until halfway into making this list. The only memory I have of it is when my sister made me hunt for this thing in my silver version when I was 7, and that was pretty tedious and it just wasn't worth all that effort for me, making me just throw it down my mental trash can. An evolution would make it have more value and memorability, and probably give it some more life in the competitive scene, since I honestly have never battled against one since my silver version. Number 5. Spinda. I actually expected this Pokemon to evolve into Sangoose when I first started playing Emerald version. When I spent a ton of time to catch it, I was disappointed to learn that this wasn't the case. Spinda has a unique design and concept and everything, but just like most of the Pokemon on this list, it just wasn't that memorable. I mean, look at goddamn Pancham! People were raving that it was the first Panda Pokemon we ever gotten when we had old Spinda just chilling since Gen 3. An evolution would not only give it that attention it really deserves, but it would give it more value since it's pretty rare to encounter, and catching it would give a much more rewarding feeling. Number 4. Qwilfish. Just like the case with Basculin, this thing is pretty strong. I mean, nothing spectacular, but really strong for a basic Pokemon. Qwilfish made my playthroughs a living hell sometimes, since it would refuse to let me escape and just shoot those poison stings, poisoning my party. When I finally used one in a personal Nuzlocke for Heart Gold last year, I fell in love with it, since it was putting in nothing but the finest of work and just wrecked house. If it received an evolution, it would raise that power even further and possibly have it play a bigger role in the competitive scene. This is also just one of those Pokemon that isn't exactly forgotten, but no one really has thoughts of amazement when thinking about Qwilfish. Just think about the design potential as well. It could evolve into a Jumbo Blowfish and have an ability similar to Aegislash's, where it would get bulky and slow in a bloated state and go back to normal to make it fast and more offensive. Number 3. Carnivine. Oh my goodness, do I love this Pokemon. Especially with how it interacted with James in the anime. Carnivine is just a Pokemon I want to see more of in general, whether it's in the competitive scene or the casual one. Victory Bell could use a fellow monstrous plant friend. This is mostly just a personal choice, but Carnivine really just needs more love. And think about the design potential. Make the evolution take more reference from Audrey 2 and Little Shop of Horrors. Number 2. Jynx. Now most people say Jynx deserves an evolution since it was part of the original trio with Electabuzz and Magmar. All 3 got a pre-evolution in Generation 2 and all 3 share a typing with the 3 original legendary birds. Perfect theme so far, until you get to Gen 4. Magmar and Electabuzz went on to gain an evolution while Jynx was left in the dust. What gives, Game Freak? I agree with that point, but my reason also takes into account the competitive potential. No one really uses ice types all that much, since you can teach most of the overused competitive ice type moves to water types. But Jynx's unique typing of ice and psychic would add a little more attention to the ice type department. The psychic typing allows it more competitive use, and the boost to the stats would make it a really solid choice for most teams, since its current stats are actually pretty good. Number 1. Dunsparce. Wait, don't hit that like button, this isn't a troll. I love Dunsparce. Dunsparce was one of the most memorable and epic encounters for me as a kid. It was rare to encounter, and after spending hours inside the cave in my silver version, I was finally able to catch this thing. I used it all the way until I raised it to level 100, and it helped me take down Red in the legendary battle on Mount Silver. I didn't even care that it didn't evolve since it has pretty decent bulk. But ever since new generations were announced, I was always disappointed a bit with the lack of a Dunsparce evolution. According to various Pokédex entries, it stated that Dunsparce can fly a bit, and is just a shy, debris Pokemon that's really rare. This thing can evolve into a freaking flying serpent. Just look at this fan design, it's so damn epic. An evolution could really add to this rare theme, since the only thing rare about it is the encounter rate. I don't really think that's enough to consider it a rare Pokemon. It needs a little more value not just in the in-game story sense, but competitively as well. If Pokemon is going to have some rareness hype in its Pokédex entries, then the Pokemon and its evolution line should reflect that. And there you have it, my list of top 10 Pokemon that deserve a regular evolution. Do you have some Pokemon that you would like to see get an evolution? Do you not agree with some of the Pokemon on my list? Let me know by commenting below and give your reasons so I can start a discussion with you. If you enjoyed this video, why not share it around and leave a like? Your feedback is very important to me and helps me know what works and what doesn't work, so make sure to show your appreciation and feedback. Look around the channel and watch some Let's Plays and other Pokemon related content. While you're at it, why not subscribe and become a part of the Armaldo Army today? You'll get updates on my future videos, and for even more updates outside of YouTube, follow me on Twitter. The link to it will be in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. I will see you all in the next video. Have a good day, Armaldo Army.